Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to another video from TW White & Sons Mazda. Okay, here we are today. A bit of an unusual car. This is a 2024 on a 74 plate Mazda MX-5. Now this vehicle is registered to our dealership as a dealer demonstration car. It's finished in Aero grey. It's the range topping Homura, the 2024 model. A couple of little tweaks to it. So we've actually made some modifications to the car. We put that little rear lip spoiler on it when the car was registered, and fitted an aluminium pedal set. And two things that actually I really feel just finish off what is already a fantastic car. I'm really sorry about the noise. There's a surfacing lorry behind me. We only have one or two locations we can do our videos, and there's one happens to be right in the way. So I'm really sorry if you can't hear me very well. So let's go over the spec. Homura, it's a wonderful car. You have BBS alloy wheels, Brembo brake calipers, factory Recaro seats, LED headlights. This being the 2-litre Homura was very recently added, or Mazda very recently added, an asymmetrical differential to it. So these have a limited slip diff anyway, but on this particular model you get something called an asymmetrical differential, which can actually provide a torque distribution to each wheel. So your power distribution's been a thing for a little while with a limited slip differential, but a torque has a variable torque distribution to each wheel, makes a particular difference to high speed cornering, just makes the car more stable, minimises oversteer and understeer. And yeah, it's just a fabulous looking car. These drive so well. If you ever get the opportunity to have a drive of one, you've absolutely got to take it. And the 2-litre engine produces 184 PS. These have one of the best manual gearboxes you will ever use, and that is well documented from owners and motoring journalists as well. And I've got to say, this is probably how I would spec one. Aero grey, wonderful colour. These sort of almost like a primer looking grey. It's very fashionable at the moment. Audi have done things with colours like Nardo grey and stuff like that. Hugely popular, and like I say, probably the best specification, the best engine choice, and a soft top, which you'd argue is the way to buy an MX-5. You can have these with a folding metal roof, but it's less of an open top experience. Fabulous looking car, but yeah, I'd say the soft top is probably the way to go. I'll take you around the back of the car. I'll show you the boot. Everyone's always a little bit surprised, pleasantly surprised I should say, with the boot in these. So there's a little button just down here, and don't get me wrong, it's not enormous, but certainly big enough. Got the little locking wheel nut key here, and the owner's manuals, which we leave in the car, particularly ones that are registered to us. That little lip spoiler looks absolutely fantastic. I think against all the black accents of the wheels, the roof and the mirror covers, looks wonderful. You'll also notice you get an integrated rear camera in this car. Mentioned the alloy wheels, the BBS wheels. I'll come to the front just so you can see the size of that massive Brembo caliper. And yeah, they definitely stop a little bit better than the standard brakes. And on entry, you're greeted with those wonderful Recaro seats. Now I gather it's quite a difficult thing to get an MX-5 with factory spec Recaros, and they did a limited edition called the Recaro, which obviously no surprise had Recaro seats. I believe the launch edition of the hardtop car did, and also the 30th anniversary car all had Recaro seats from factory, but now it's become standard. It's a push button start. You just have to dip the clutch pedal, and then car comes into life. Like I mentioned, this car is actually registered to our dealership, and you can see here it's on about 110 miles or so, and that is likely to change. The car is in regular use for demonstration purposes, albeit it's not going to do loads of miles, but worth checking before you set off if you're coming to see the car and you wanted to confirm the mileage. Now you may notice there's a little icon down here for Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. My phone's actually connected to this car, so I can actually show you how to use the system on it. You've got things like Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, completely wireless, and there's a whole host of apps you can use for it. So things like Amazon Music, Spotify, Waze, Google Maps, Apple Maps, whatever it is, all fully integrated into the car and completely wireless. Many manufacturers have got CarPlay, but you need to be plugged into it, and wireless is quite a recent addition, which is great. Climate control air conditioning panel, heated front seats, that wonderful 6-speed manual gearbox, I mentioned that yeah, it is arguably one of the best transmissions you'll ever use for a manual gearbox. It is that good. I've still got a manual handbrake, which is great. I'm not looking forward to the day that they finally relent and put an electric handbrake in an MX-5. That's not what this car's about for me. So great that it's still got one. All your controls down here for your multimedia, steering wheel controls for stereo, volume, cruise control and speed limiter. You have automatic lights, automatic wipers, everything that you could expect of a modern car. And as I say, in as new condition, and wonderful specification, fabulous colour choice with a couple of little options just to be able to finish it off. We'll offer nationwide delivery on this car. We've got competitive finance rates, and we do offer ceramic coatings on all our new and used vehicles as well to protect the paint of this wonderful car. If you've got any other questions, by all means pick up the phone to us. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully we'll speak to you soon. Cheers.